In this video, I'm going to show you how to work a yarn over, often abbreviated YO. So to work a yarn over, simply bring the yarn to the front of the work like this, in between the two needle tips, and then you're going to bring it over the top of the right needle, just like that. Now, if the next stitch you're going to work is a knit or a knit two together, then you're all set because your yarn is positioned where it should in the back of the work. So I will just go ahead and knit the next stitch. So let me show you that again. So to yarn over, you're going to bring the working yarn in between the two needles to the front of the work, just like this, and then bring it over the top of the right needle. Now, if you're instructed to work a knit two together, since this is a common stitch to work after a yarn over, then let me show you how you would do that. So you've done your yarn over, your yarn is now positioned back in the back of the work. So to knit two together, I'll just insert the right needle into the next two stitches and knit them together. Now let me show you how to handle a yarn over if the next stitch is a purl stitch. So we'll bring the yarn to the front in between the two needle tips and then bring it over the top of the right needle. But because we need to purl the next stitch, we now need to bring the yarn to the front of the work again. So bring the yarn again to the front, just like this. You can kind of see the yarn over as a loop right there on the right needle. So now my yarn is in the front and it's positioned ready to work a purl stitch. So I'll just go ahead and do a purl one. So let's do that one more time. So to work a yarn over before a purl stitch, bring the yarn to the front in between the two needle tips, over the top of the right needle. And now to actually work that purl stitch, you're going to need to bring the yarn to the front of the work again. So it's positioned ready to purl, and then work your purl stitch. Now, one last thing I wanted to show you is how to read your knitting with yarn over stitches. So how can you tell which of these stitches is a yarn over? I will show you. So let's look at this one right here. You could tell it's a yarn over because it has no bottom. See how it is? You just see this hole and you see this loop that goes over the needle, and there's no bottom to the stitch. So I can tell that this was a yarn over. Now the one next to it looks like a regular stitch. There's a bottom. And then the next stitch, yep, that's another yarn over, because see, there's no bottom. It's just a loop over the right needle. So that is how you work a yarn over, both before a knit stitch as well as before a purl stitch.